Alright, welcome to part 3. I wasn't really prepared to do such a long tutorial, but well, let's keep going. Let's jump into our camera and let's see what we did here right now. I did just save the last part and did just start up the next part, so I haven't seen it myself right now. But we will see it in a minute what's going on, and I think it looks pretty good so far. Here we have our silver, and I definitely want to move a little bit closer, I think. Let me move closer. Oh, I have a protection tag on my camera, so this would be probably impossible. Okay, and as you can see, when you have some kind of metal going on and it's not really reflecting anything, it turns really dark. So this is definitely a problem right here on this side. So what we can do here is that we just simply bring in another area light. We will do this in a second, but first of all, I wanna duplicate this red plastic here and call this red plastic cable. Make it a little bit more lighter, something like that maybe. Okay, no, maybe not something like that. Something like that maybe. Okay, and roughness something like 0.2. All right. And let's put this here on the cables, on our sweep knobs and also on the other sweep knobs. And now let's get rid of the protection tag. We should move a little bit closer. Still not moving. Oh, there's still a protection tag. Oh, and I delete something from my earphones. This is perfect. Okay, now let's delete the protection tag. Move a little bit closer. Maybe something like that. Okay. Now we can move around with the camera. When we see something in the live preview, because as soon as we move the camera, also the reflections change, of course, because also a matter of the angle as well. Okay, but I think looks pretty good from this. Maybe a little bit closer, something like that. Okay, that's good. And I think I also want to move the earphones a little bit more closer. A little bit more to this side, at least, or something like that, maybe. Okay. So we get this nice shadow again here on the iPhone texture, or at least on the letters where it says iPhone. Somewhere else. I should just let me save the file first of all, and then just simply give those two an object tag. And now we can just simply should be able to move them around. Oh, okay. We need to reload the scene once so we can see what's going on. So now we can also definitely control where the shadows go and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. Okay, let's move it a little bit more. Okay, guess it takes a little bit. Okay, now we can move it. I'll move it a little bit this way. More this way. Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Should be fine anyway. Okay. Like this, it should be fine. Okay. So let's bring in another area light, which could help us a little bit right now. Let's just simply duplicate this one. And whoop. Light. Why is it not called light 1? Which is really weird. Let's just simply call this light 1. Okay. Bring it over here, and we'll just simply bring it a little bit more downwards, rotate it in the other direction for 45 degrees. And we'll bring it a little bit over here and over here. Might be good. Okay. Let's jump into our camera And now we can do something with the light. Control its strengths and all the rest. Okay, already good, perfect on there. Really absolutely perfect on there, which is really good. Okay, and we only need to change probably the power to something like, because I think it's affecting too much my the rest here. Or we can just simply move it up maybe a little bit. Let's move it up in the Y. But I still want to have to okay, this is not a reflection, it's too much in the middle. Maybe a little bit more downwards. Okay, something like that. Okay, it looks good as well. I feel, well, it did look a little bit better when it was more downwards. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's change the power. Maybe it's something like 0.5. So really not much light. So when we turn this off, it also hits the wall. Don't really like that, to be honest. I think we need to go upwards. Oh, I could just simply make a blocking plane as well, if I want to. So we could just simply make a plane here, plane, and rotate it 90 degrees. Rotate it this way, 40 degrees might be fine. Okay, let's move it closer here to the object. And what we can do now is just simply block some light from this area light. We move it a little bit down so that the wall don't really get touched by the area light, but the earphones still get a reflection from the light. So let's start this up again. Let's see what we get. Let's see if it really works. Let's turn off the light. Yes, no. Okay, Octane is not really responding right now. Now it is. Okay, I think we get now at least less light. I think I still have to turn it up a little bit more. Bring it up a little bit more. Something like that, maybe. And in the worst case, I have to bring the area light a little bit closer. Maybe this also helps. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I guess we have a little bit to wait. Generate mesh data. Okay. Perfect. Now we can see what's going on. Yeah, definitely blocks now a little bit more, I guess. And the reflection is still there. Okay, I think I can live with that. And what I also want to do is, I think I want to rotate this one here a little bit more. Let me bring this over here and let's rotate it a little bit. Jesus Christ, this is messed up. Mesh, axis center, center axis 2. Does this help? No. Okay, we need to fix the rotation here. Okay, let's rotate this a little bit more in this direction, maybe. Let's see what we get. We can still rotate it when Octane Renderer is running as well. Okay, now it also gets here a little bit of reflection, which is pretty good. Okay. Okay. Looks so far fine to me. The next thing I want to do is just simply, I want to create a bump map here on this silver material that we did use here. Which one was it? Let's just simply click here on the material. No, it's not this one. It's... Okay, this is in the mix material. Octane material 2. Okay, this one. So we go bump, texture, cinema for the Octane image texture. And now we load our brushed material. Brush text. Okay. Okay, this is way too much, so we need to turn down the power to something like 0.13, we can try it with this value. And I think we don't even need a roughness map now, since the bump map does a really good job. I mean, we could add a roughness map maybe, so we get a little bit of a difference in the reflections. And the bad thing here is, since I did not really do an UV unwrap, I can't really control now where this this brush texture spawns on the image or on here on the earphones. With an UV unwrap it would be easy if I would now change the cubic mapping so that the bump map is aligned correctly. Also the Beats logo would move, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think we still get away with it right here, since we're not so close to the phone. Normally, if I would really do this to 100% correct, I probably would UV unwrap it. Okay, so let's maybe up this here, maybe a little bit higher, so 0.16 maybe. Might be a good value as well. And also, let's make this a little bit, give it a little bit more roughness, maybe 0.25. Yeah, might be good as well. Okay, all right. All right. And the next thing I think I wanna make this metal as well here. This would look probably a little bit better than completely white. Because right now we don't see so much, which is not really so cool, but I mean, we could change this white here also to a metal material like I did in my final shot, as you can see here. And I think I also were a lot closer here to the phone. Something like that maybe. Yep, okay. But I think it's okay to create white beads. I mean, they are definitely on the market, you can still buy them, so I guess it's absolutely fine. Okay, and then last thing that I want to add here is, I think, a little bit of a noise, like I said before, here on the brushed metal. So let's search for our brushed metal right here. And let me just see what I did in my original file. What kind of noise map I did use. Back right here. As you can, here you can already see the noise map that is applied. Bump, image texture. Oh, I actually did not use a noise, I did definitely use a map. So you get this map as well. We'll just simply copy it, bring it over here and put it in. Bump map, paste channel, okay. And now I also need to look up what kind of mapping I did use here for the back. iPhone5 back. Here we go, flat 100, 100, okay. I think this was the original mapping from Raphael anyway, and it seems that it worked for me out pretty well. Okay, so here we have the image texture as well. Bump, you will get this map as well. As you can see, the power is really low, so 0.002, just really a really sexy slight bit to make it look, to get in this a little bit more sexiness. Let's check this in our render as well. First of all, file save, and let's see what we get. And I think we should be fine. But I think I will also make this white here silver, some kind of silver, because right now I don't really like this shot, to be honest. I don't know. So let's select this here where we have the whites right now, and we'll just simply overwrite this here with the silver material. So here we go. No, that's wrong. On this cylinder that is in the subdivision surface, we just simply pull our metal on there. Yes, okay. let's see it. Probably looks a little bit better. And we could also add this eye beads texture here. We can just simply search it on the internet and put the eye beads texture there, which is not really, I think, important right now. And yeah, looks a little bit better in I think. I still would love to have a little bit more reflections here on the beads right now. So what we could do, we could load textures inside the area light, so we could just go here, EF or texture, changes here, simultaneous image texture, then load a texture, see what we get, play around a little bit more with it, stuff like that. But I think it's absolutely fine. I think this is an absolutely nice render. And so yeah, first of all, I wanna render this out definitely with path tracing. Caustic blur is not really necessary, could save some render time. As you can see right now, it does my 780 GTX, does 11.615 right here, speed. If I click off alpha shadows, you will see this number go up. So if you want to save some render time, also tick off alpha shadows. When you need them, you probably don't tick them off. So yeah, and I think we are ready to render, to be honest. So I think 1000 subsamples should be good enough. And I think I wanna, so we type in here 1000 max samples, and I think I wanna lower the bump a little bit here on the metal. So let's make it a little bit less. And as you can see, this already looks a little bit anisotropy. Anisotropy, if you have a render engine that uses anisotropy like V-Ray or something like that, anisotropy is definitely something that is fake and is rendered by the render engine. Octane you can handle, or if you want to create something like anisotropy, you have to handle it via the bump channel, which I did right here. And so yeah, we'll just simply type in 0.09. I think this will be good enough. And maybe with the roughness a little bit more, maybe 0.3. All right, and we'll just simply take our final render settings. Let's just simply render it out full HD. You can make whatever you want. Let's change this here to 16-bit. TIFF PSD layer is absolutely okay. Octane renderer, we wanna also render 16-bit, so tone mapped right there. Output full HD, okay, save, and I will just simply save this to the desktop quickly. iPhone5 tutorial, okay, and well, let's go to file save, and let me close all other windows here. No. Untitled 3 file close. No. This one. Oh, this. Okay. File close. And now just simply go render the picture viewer. And this should be really, really fast. I will just pause the video while it's rendering and click on play again when it's finished. So it's still rendering, as you can see. Rendering takes something like 2.5 minutes, something like that. But I already saw something that I don't like. There is a little bit of an edge here on the cable, which I don't like. And also, I think I want to move this a little bit more over the iPhone logo right here. And another thing is that I don't like the color here of the brushed metal. And this is because I didn't mix any color. I totally forgot to mix any color in the specular. And I think we will make this really, really bright. So something like 95 right here in the V. So really bright metal. Okay, might be even darker now, which would be not good. Let's still go for 95. And let's turn the index maybe up to 8. And let's go file save. And also let's fix the cable here a little bit more. Sweepy. Maybe also the spline here down to 2%. And I also want to switch into point mode, select this point at least, and get this maybe something like that. And the next point, this one, I want to move it a little bit this way, and this might help to get the shadow onto the logo. Let's jump into the camera, let's put a protection tag on it, and let's check it once again. And if it's not working, I still can move the cable a little bit if I want to. And also the cable here might now be a little bit too straight, which doesn't look too good. Don't like this. No, no, no. As you can see, this is also really sometimes the little things that disturb me definitely in a rendering. So yeah, something like that maybe. Okay, and it's still not, this might be because of the direction of the light, that it's not really throwing the shadow that I like. But even if it's not there, it's still okay, I guess. Almost there. There's the reflection of this cable right there. If I would move this here a little bit more backwards, it's probably good. Something like that. Let's check it. And I also didn't check the metal material right now, since we did a little bit of an... we did change it a little bit. It definitely looks better now, I think, the metal material. And also here we have not a shadow over the phone. Over the phone texture, which looks pretty good, I think. Okay, alright. I guess I'm more happy now. More happy now. Even thought I also would love to have a little bit more reflection here in this earphone. Oh, sweet mother. Let's do this. Maybe we can move the plane and the light a little bit more this direction. Might be better. Okay. Let's check it. I definitely have to buy a display card soon. Then it would be possible to run Octane all the time and I just simply can move stuff and see instantly where it goes. But this way it's fine as well. I'm not sure if there is really a difference now. Maybe I should turn on the light a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe. Let's maybe turn it to 1. Render the data updating. Okay, let's turn it to 1. Yeah, okay. I think now we're fine. I think now I'm happy. Now also this little silver part here has some reflections going on, and I think this should maybe be a little bit bigger, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine now. I should not really be that picky. And I also will turn down the bump even a little bit more. 0.05. Okay. That should... No, don't do it to me. No! Why would you do that to me right now when I'm finished? Okay, we already have the bug reports here. This time Cinema 4D won't close on its own. But this is definitely not Cinema 4D's fault. Alright, so which one is it? This one, I guess. No, this one. Yes. Okay. Question is, did it also save the bump change already? Or do we need to fix this one some more? Not enough memory. Not enough memory? What the hell? Do I need to clear the memory now? Let me click on pause. Okay, I think I have to jump back to the old version because the recovery scene is just not working. So bump 0.05. Let's see the changes here. Okay, I did already change here the specular, which is good. And I also have to move here now the earphone again. Somewhere around here. Yes, and I think I also need to fix the cable once again, which is not so good. No. Yes. Nope, that's not the right point. Where is it? Oh, and also here. I need to move this a little bit. Um, okay. All right. Should be fine now. Anything else that I did change? Not 100% sure now. Yeah, I think I also did area light here, did change this here to 1. Anything else? Let's see if the noise map is already there. No, it's not, which is not so good. Oh. I also need to put it there in the back. I totally forgot that. Okay, file save. Okay, and let's look. Okay, another save. I really want to save this a lot. Let's check it once again. If everything is fine, everything is there. Which would be really cool now. Yes, okay. Also the shadow is over here, I think. This light is working pretty good. Metal shaders are looking good. Reflection is going on. Oh, okay. And I also want to move the light a little bit over here again. I'm not sure if I did this here. So here and here and here. Okay. Let's do it once again. And I might want to change something in the light right away. Since I moved it closer, I might want to have to go down with the power a little bit more. Let's wait till everything is updated. And let's turn off the light. Okay, let's turn it on. Might be good, and I think the reflection also looks now a little bit better. Also here we have this nice highlight here on this silver part right there, or chrome part or whatever. And I hope we also have some reflections going on here on the cable from the area light that is coming from there, which is also important. Here we already have a reflection on the plastic, which is good and helps to sell this shot. Here also we have a little bit reflection of the area light that is coming from the right, which is pretty good. So everything should be fine. And file save, and I think I still want to go down with the bump a little bit more here. Or maybe with the roughness, even 0.25, and the bump maybe to something like 0.03. File save, and now we go render to picture viewer. And this should be fine, I think. And I'm also at frame 22. Not sure when I did this, but doesn't really matter. Okay. So I will pause the video there, and yeah, I will play the, keep on recording again when it's finished. So as you can see, render time was 2 minutes and 51 seconds, which is absolutely okay, I would say, for this shot. We have a nice DOF going on, we have a lot of reflections, we have metal going on in the scene. Render time 2.51, and so yeah, this is pretty awesome. Okay, we start up Photoshop, and I think I have the German version right now, so I will try to talk you through this a little bit. So first of all, we open up our file, which is not possible right now. Why? Okay. Desktop tutorial TIFF, here it's saved. All right. And first of all, I will go for an filter, and this is called Objektivkorrektur in German, which is probably lens correction in English. And we'll just go to user defined and change the vignette strength here a little bit stronger, something like that maybe. Okay, I like that, -35. Click on OK. Then what I use is always Magic Bullet Looks, because you can do a lot of stuff with it. And first thing I want to pull in is, let me delete all the stuff, is a chromatic aberration, which a lot of photographers try to get rid of that, to make their pictures look a little bit better. In CG we use it to make it look a little bit more realistic. So we'll just change the red, green and blue to something like -4.3. Let's turn it off. Let's turn it on. There's definitely a little bit of a difference. Maybe we need to take this here in the plus. Yes, now we definitely have a difference, as you can see. Maybe not so much in the plus, maybe something like that. Alright, okay, looks good. And we also want to add a matte diffusion and size 100%. Glow maybe 50% might be fine. And the grade maybe a little bit lower, something like 1 maybe. Now we change this here more to some kind of a violet color maybe. Yeah, maybe something like that. Looks okay. And let's turn this up maybe. So as you can see, we get here really nice look. Maybe let's change this here to 2, the grade. Okay, finished. Then we'll go into, okay, still takes a bit to apply. Okay, here we go. Correctures, curves, and we will maybe bring in here a little bit more light. No. Okay, we can also change this here a little bit now. Make this a little bit darker here. I think it's just fine the way it is. I think we can also change this here maybe, yeah, a little bit more here on the reflections. Something like that. Okay. Let's jump into the green. Here we can even apply a little bit more if you want to. And maybe something like that. Okay. Now we go finally corrections. Tonwertkorrektur. What is that called in English? Tonwertkorrektur. What could that be? What is it called? I'm not sure right now. I'm really not sure right now. But we'll give it a little bit more light, a little bit, yeah, something like that. Click on OK. Fill in our logo. And yeah. And now we are finished. This is our final picture. This is how it looks. I think it looks pretty good, pretty amazing. Absolutely awesome work from us. We can be really proud of ourselves. And now you can post it on Facebook with your own logo. And if somebody asks you, have you rendered it? You can say yes. And if somebody really asks you, have you watched the tutorial? You just simply say, no, I did everything on my own, like always. No, it doesn't really matter. You can post it on Facebook for sure. It's always cool to see some of your renderings. Please post them on my Facebook page or send me a link on VMO or send me a message or whatever. Show me what you did with my tutorials. Always awesome to see that you learned something and maybe you have some different color gradings or you use some different colors, some different metal shaders or whatever. It's always cool to see that. And yeah, I really hope you learned something, also a little bit about lighting and a little bit about shading and stuff like that, that it's important to have some highlights and that it's also important that you don't have 90-degree edges and stuff like that. Speaking of that, I definitely forgot here to bevel this stuff here, which is not really so bad right now, but would also give us a really nice extra reflection. As you can see, here we have this area light should maybe be a little bit brighter that is coming from the right. So we would have a little bit more reflections here on the cable as well, but it's definitely enough. You can see that it's a plastic material, and this is why it's also good to have this area light going on, because otherwise you probably won't recognize it as a plastic, because it would just maybe look a little bit diffuse if you don't have a straight reflection on there. And here is still a little bit of an edge, I think. Maybe not. I think I would fix this maybe a little bit, and also the holes should be a little bit bigger. But overall, if we look at the picture, we can definitely be happy. It looks absolutely awesome, I think. These are just some simple details that could be fixed within, I don't know, 5 minutes or something like that, or 2 minutes. And I just really want to come to an end with this tutorial, because I just started out with nothing. Now I did create 3 parts of a tutorial. Really wasn't really thinking even to make a tutorial, but since Ahmed pays me $6 trillion, I think it's absolutely okay. Okay, guys, so I really hoped you learned something. I really appreciate that you watch my tutorials and that you also maybe buy some of my premium stuff on my homepage. It's always appreciated to get in some money to buy some cigarettes, food or whatever with it. It's really much appreciated. And yeah, like I said, I hope you learned something. And yeah, I guess that's it. I think I can stop talking now. I really can. Yeah. Okay, all right. See you next time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.